Hey, I wanted to stop in to let y'all know that you still have a couple of days to take advantage of our big sale in my Etsy store. The store is by Shannon Green, all one word, and the sale is 40% off of everything that we have in stock. Y'all, that's like almost wholesale, right? 40% off. That includes everything except my digital downloads, which are like $1 each. But everything else, everything is 40% off. If it's in stock, it is on sale. So we're calling this our Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Procrastinator Sunday, Cyber Monday, Second Chance Tuesday sale. Because one day just isn't enough. You know, you need several. So we're giving you several, and the price, the discount is good through midnight tomorrow. That's Tuesday, November 27th, 2018. And you don't need a special code. It will automatically ring you up 40% off when you check out. So easy cheesy, right? Or is it easy breezy? Easy peasy? I don't know, whatever. It's easy. So go check it out. If you're not quite sure what my Etsy shop is about, or you've heard of the Custom Keepers but you just don't get it, let me show you a little bit about what we do. We make refillable traveler's notebook style covers out of discarded vinyl billboard advertisements, right? You know, like those billboards on the highway, they're up there for just a few months and then that ad campaign is over, so that billboard goes off to the landfill while they put another one up. That billboard will sit in the landfill for 149 years before it starts to break down, according to Wikipedia. So we are reusing that material to make these notebook covers and to keep that vinyl out of the landfills for just a little while longer, which I think is a very good thing. So the billboard vinyl, this is a piece of it, might look something like this. This is how it comes in. This is really too floppy for a good notebook cover, but we have a patent pending process for fusing the vinyl to itself that makes it much more sturdy. If you can see, fused vinyl, not fused vinyl. See? So our fused vinyl holds its shape, makes perfect notebook covers. It's still very supple and flexible. It just feels good to hold. A lot of people have said, I just like the way it feels. That speaks to my heart. I can relate to that because I'm really tactile, you know, and I like stuff to feel good. So they do feel good. They are, the notebook covers, you know, because of the way we fuse them, they are reversible. You don't like one side, flip it to the other. They are heat resistant, tear resistant, water resistant, and they can be cleaned with any household cleaner. You can just wipe them clean. So let me show you some of the ones that I personally use and what I do with them. I've got like a stack here. I don't even know where to start. I put like almost everything in my Custom Keepers. I fill them with notebooks. I fill them with loose papers. There's just so much you can do with them. This one, I have some composition size notebooks inside here. I've got several that have composition size books in them. This one, and most of these are like art journal / junk journals that I'm still working in. So I keep them in here, and then when I want to work on one, I just pull it out. You know, they've got the little elastics that your notebooks slip into, so it's real easy to take stuff out, work on it, slip it back in, stick it on your shelf. Yeah? This one, I did a video for this, I believe, because I made a bunch of just different kinds of really weird pockets for it. And then in the pockets, I've got some eco-printed paper, some coffee dyed, some painted papers. It's just like my little book of, you know, hand-decorated, painty, dyed papers to dip into when I'm working on a project. So I've got that one. This one was one of the first ones that I made. I keep my wax paper that I put in between pages, you know, when I'm letting them dry and I don't want them to stick. I've got my little wax papers in there. I think there's a tool holder in there because I sometimes take this over to Rosemary Morris's house when I go over to her house to play. This one has this really cool kind of vintage look. I decorated it by just gluing some scrapbook papers on there and then painting it. And inside this one, I keep sheets of coffee dyed paper and some eco prints and stuff like that. And they're just loose sheets folded in half and slipped under the elastics. Idea for that one. This one, Traveler's Notebook size, standard Traveler's Notebook size. And inside I've got some of our suede text pockets that I've painted, and this is where I keep my Traveler's Notebook size junk journal that I'm currently working in. And what else have I got? I've got this is a B6 size, which is 5x7. This is just a great size. Everybody's really loving this size. And this has some prototypes for some of next year's products in it that I had started messing with. And then I've got just a couple more of painted covers. This one has all kinds of folded up painted papers and drop papers, and a lot of these I think had alcohol ink on them, or when I was playing with some stencils. Pretty papers in there. And then another one that has a bunch of painty papers and jelly prints and different things like that in there. This has really like changed my life as far as keeping up with my loose papers, because you know, when I sit down to make painty papers, I don't make 10 sheets, I make 150. And then I've got the dilemma of where do I put them. You know, I could stick them in a box or a folder and store them easily, but if I can't see them, I'm not going to use them. So this helps to keep them, you know, handy on a shelf right near me where I can grab and use them. It's literally changed my life. This is a little junior size, which is also an A6 approximately, and it holds some book pages that I coffee dyed. These book pages just happen to fit perfectly in there. And I have several others too. Ooh, I have one. Okay, I'm going to show you that one. Okay, that's enough. You get the idea, right? Lots of uses for them. I use them for everything. Sometimes I decorate them, sometimes I don't. If you know that you want to decorate yours and you can paint it, you can glue on it, you can sew it, you know, you can do pretty much anything to it. We have these white paintables available in all the standard sizes. And these are not made out of recycled billboards. This is new white vinyl material. It's billboard vinyl, the same kind of vinyl that the billboards are made from, but it's not recycled. It is new. But it is also much easier to work with if you know you want to paint on it. It just totally eliminates having to, you know, use gesso to cover up a dark background or whatever. So these are a great option. We also have these decals, the water slide decals, and I put one on a plain white one. I intended to just decorate it out, but I can't because I love the way it looks. Sorry. I love the way it looks just like it is. Okay. In addition to the custom keeper, we have inserts that fit inside each size. So if you buy a Traveler's Notebook size custom keeper, any of the inserts that say Traveler's Notebook size, they will fit inside. And the two styles that we offer are a bound notebook. This has plain white paper in it. This is not like cheap white computer paper. This is super smooth, ultra bright white 32-pound text weight paper. It is gorgeous paper. It is text weight, so it'll take wet media, but it will buckle some with wet media. But I do all kinds of collage and mixed media stuff on it all the time because I don't mind a little bit of buckling because it's just such a joy to feel and work on. It's so smooth. So excellent paper on the inside. On the outside, they're covered with a paper called Suede Tex. Suede Tex is like the love child of paper and leather, basically. It is a white, we use the heavy, I think it's called 25 point Suede Tex paper, and it is tear resistant. Like, okay, you can tear it, but it takes effort. You can see that I'm just going to town on it, and it is not tearing. It's just an incredible paper. It takes wet media beautifully, especially your sprays and watercolors. That's what I had done in, here it is. This one. I think I had used some liquid acrylics on it and just kind of blobbed them on there, and it's just beautiful. So Suede Tex makes my heart go better, better. This particular piece, I actually washed it with a load of towels in my washing machine and then ran it through the dryer. And I'm not sure if you can see the texture. It looks kind of like a distressed leather. But yeah, I washed it and dried it. It doesn't fall apart. Okay, that's our Suede Tex. Also, our other insert option is pockets, like so. They come in sizes to match our notebook covers, and they are also made out of Suede Tex. You get 2 slant pockets. They are stitched along the bottom by me. And, you know, because they're Suede Tex, you can really stuff them full. It's not like a little cardstock folder that you can only get like 4 pieces of paper in. No, you can stuff these because the Suede Tex is going to hold up, and the stitching is done with an industrial machine, so it will hold up too. Those are awesome. So those are your 2 main insert options. We do on occasion offer junk journal inserts, and I think we sold our last one this morning, but we'll be restocking those soon. Not in time for the sale, but soon, because they are pretty popular. If you choose to decorate your cover, like I said, that will take almost any media. Watercolor directly onto it, not so much. You have to remember that PVC vinyl is like a plastic. Well, it is a plastic, and watercolor is not really going to stick to a plastic. Acrylic paint, yes, it takes acrylic paints beautifully. Paint pens, water-based or oil-based. Drawing pens, you can draw on it with permanent drawing pens or Sharpies. If you put like a ground on it, you can use pastels, and it will take some prep work, but you know, you can use almost anything on these. You can sew on them, glue on them, collage on them, any kind of glue. Just a white like Mod Podge or PVA like Elmer's will work. You do have to give it time to dry because this is a non-porous surface. So if you hit it with your heat gun a little bit and make sure you let it dry overnight, it'll be fine, but you do have to let it dry. Other glues, like look at this one, gorgeous, right? I believe that one's mostly acrylic paint. Other glues, silicone-based glues, or ones like Fabri-Tac from Beacon 3-in-1, Helmar 450. Those types of super sticky glues work really well on this too. Did I mention paint pens? Paint pens. I didn't talk about our other insert. Oh gosh, I always forget about the tool holder. We have tool holders. These were really popular at our last craft show. People were like, oh, I need that. And I'm thinking you do, because it will hold all of your tools. It has 4 sides to hold tools, and I say tools because it will hold more than just pens, pencils, and paintbrushes. You can put glue bottles in there, and what's cool about it is you can put your, a big fat glue stick next to a little skinny pencil, pull this tight, and it will hold them both together. So it's not like those tool holders that have the pre-made slots like the fabric ones, because then whatever you're putting in has to fit in that slot. If it's skinny, it wiggles around a lot. If it's fat, it's not going to fit. With these, it doesn't matter what size tool you're trying to put in there to carry, it will fit. So tool holder inserts, remember I said you could sew on them. You can do this with, you don't need a special needle or sewing machine to sew through one layer of the fused vinyl. It doesn't take anything special. It's just kind of like working through a heavy fabric or denim. Yeah, it'll work. So very cool mixed media options there. You can turn your custom keeper into a themed something. This one is a coloring book. It's got coloring book pages and a little small coloring book. Very cool. And you can also have a tool holder with some pens and markers to go with your on-the-go coloring book. And look how sweet this is. Perfect little glue book, collage book. This is the little A7 mini size, not overwhelming. You know, little bitty 3x4 inserts. So you can make it into a glue book, journal, collage practice, whatever you like. And these are already really economically priced, I think, in my opinion. But with the sale, they're even better. For like $10, you know, you can get a cover with inserts and you've got the perfect under $10 gift, a stocking stuffer or a gift for your neighbors or co-workers or, you know, like the Secret Santa swap thing, whatever. So yeah, lots of options. And even if you're not in the whole paper world, even people who work in the fabric arts or knitting and crocheting, this is the B6 size, and look, it holds little, I don't even know what those knitting needles are called. Round connected needle, I don't even know. I know how to knit. I can knit and I can purl in a straight line only, like I can make scarves like nobody's business, but that's it. That is all. Crochet, I do know how to crochet. But look, you can just keep your little on-the-go thing here with your needles, a little notebook to jot down ideas, and keep some patterns you picked up in the elastics. So, yep, there's that idea. Lots of ideas, lots of options. So, that is just all I had. I just wanted to let y'all know there's still time to get 40% off. I do want to tell you that next year, beginning in January, some of our prices are going to go up. They're not going to go up significantly, you know, maybe like 50 cents, a dollar here and there, but we have to keep up with increased costs in our, what do you call it, materials, as well as production and the whole thing. So there will be some slight increases. Still very affordable, but just want to give you the heads up in case you want to stock up while they're not only a little cheaper, but they are also on sale. And I hope this was helpful for anyone who has a question about custom keepers, what they are, why you need it, that kind of thing. And then you can always send me an email if you have any more questions or ideas, suggestions, feedback, whatever you got. I would love to hear from you. Okay, that's it. The end.